All right. Hello, everybody. Get my screen a little bit better. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Graham from Type What, and I'm on a mission to find a cure for type 1 diabetes that is repeatable, so it is no longer a life sentence. In this video, we're going to talk about some PKD decisions that we've made recently, which is my diet, and also a daily log going over all my experiments for the last couple of days. So, so PKD. So PKD, if you don't know, is the Paleo Medicina's diet. It's a clinic in Hungary that they found to heal autoimmune diseases, including type 1 diabetes. It is a Paleolithic ketogenic diet, PKD. And so I've been doing this for 4 months, in a sense. I started with it way wrong. I started doing it way wrong in the beginning. I got a little bit better in the middle, but I still wasn't doing it quite right. And the very end, kind of got it right. So the very beginning, I was doing more just a carnivore diet, eating way too much quantity of food and not the right ratio of fat to protein. Then in the middle, I had the right ratio of fat to protein. I was eating a little bit too much in quantity. I was doing what they said, but my personal case, I needed to eat a little bit less food based on my numbers. So I was eating the 400 grams of food with the right ratio. I was not eating the right amount of liver. I was not eating the right amount of bone marrow. So I wasn't getting the right minerals, and that was probably leading to my fatigue and headaches that I was having. And then the last probably 5 weeks, I've been doing it very strict, on point, and really in the zone on the PKD, and it feels good. You're hungry all the time. You're starving, but there's two types of hunger, right? There's a craving, and then there's real hunger. And so you just eat when you have real hunger, and you're fine. Now, that's 4 months of that, and that was essentially fasting for 4 months, especially when I was eating the right quantity of food. You're definitely fasting. So lost a lot of weight. I think overall I've lost like 20 pounds. I was already skinny, right? And so I just feel like I needed to replenish my body. You can't fast indefinitely, although the PKD practitioners definitely believe you can. I just feel like I need to cycle out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cycle back into the whole food plant-based, which is going to be a strictly plant-based diet with low fat. It's almost as opposite as you can get. But from what we've experienced in the past, it's a very good diet for diabetes, obviously. It helped me get off my medications and all that stuff. So we're going to go back to that, and we're going to be more strict on the low fatness of it. Which makes that right in line with our metabolism. So that's one of the things that we've learned through doing these opposite diets, is that we have two really different metabolisms that our bodies can work with to get energy. And so so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle off into the plants, replenish my body with some of that food, and then we've already had our blood test on the pure PKD, and so we're going to review the blood results with the PKD doctor and with my regular endocrinologist. And then we're going to do a quarter, so 3 months of our low-fat plant-based diet, and then we're going to do a blood draw off of that and get the blood test results done there off of those 3 months. And then after those results, we're going to make a decision on which diet we want to go with next. Okay, so that's kind of our plan that we're formulating right now. And so, yeah, it was a big decision to go because the one decision that we had is like, well, it's winter time. That's more in line with, when people would do PKD when they're in a seasonal climate. And so I was thinking of doing PKD through winter. Um, but I just feel like the timing on my body is right for replenishing. I want to exercise, and I don't have answers on when I can exercise on PKD. And so I feel a little unhealthy on the exercise front. So just wanted to get back into that a little bit. It's getting colder. You see, I got my sweatshirt on. It's getting colder here in Southern California. I got my hot water here. Um, and yeah, so that's the big news on the PKD front. So we're making a big switch on our diets. We're going back in, and our transition. We're trying to Dalia and I were trying to figure out what's our ideal transition from going opposite diets, right? So the way I transitioned in is I did a 5-day water fast. I don't feel like I want to do a fast right now because I feel like I've been fasting. So the plan right now, subject to change, is that we're going to do, and I did start yesterday on this. We're going to do the PKD diet still, but we're going to add a celery juice. So there's no actual fiber coming through, or very little fiber coming through, because it's just the juice. I'm not eating actual celery stick. And that will reintroduce plants into my digestive system. It's a very healthy plant for your gut and everything. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a week. We're going to do that for a week-ish. And then we're going to do a week of raw veggies. And then before we add any other cooked meals and stuff like that. So that's the plan. And I don't know. I was thinking about it a little bit more, like maybe I do want to do the cooked veggies only exclusively as like the next step, because it'll be more softer and digested, I think, for your body. I'm not sure. But so we might flip-flop on that. But basically we want to have kind of a staged approach to bring me back into the carb world of vegetables, but also keep our insulin resistance as low as possible. Okay, that's what we're really going to be working on, is keep our insulin resistance. And in that first week, we're going to do all very low carb stuff, because I'm still going to be processing through the fats that I've been eating and storing. So, well, not really storing, eating, and that's probably in my system throughout my digestive tract. So we're going to be doing low carb stuff to not spike my glucose, and because my insulin resistance will be really high at this point. So I'm going to do low carb stuff that will help. And then during that process, have a week of removing that fat, and then start ramping up on normal carbs after that. So that's the plan, guys. Big changes. And it's taking some thought. But just feeling it out, I think it's the right move for me right now. So we'll see. It's hard to tell. I know my PKD practitioners will not be happy with it, but I'm not saying no to PKD forever. I'm just saying I'm going to cycle. I'm just going to cycle off of it for a little bit and then reevaluate and do what's best for me. So overall, I think PKD, I'll probably do another video on this because I don't want to drag this out too long, but I think PKD was a success. Definitely was a success. I was able to get, obviously, my blood sugars down and rest my pancreas for a number of weeks there. So as an extended fast, I think it's very successful. I'm real curious. We're going to have we have our consultation, another consultation with the PKD doctors on Wednesday. Today's a Monday. Today, for daily log purposes, today is Monday, October 26, 2020. And so we are going to ask our PKD doctors some of those questions on after going into this and getting it right, how long do we have to wait till we do exercise and reintroduce exercise? All these other things that we want to get into if this was going to be a long-term diet for me. Answering all those questions, like when does my weight stabilize, all this other stuff, because I was doing 350 grams a day, so it's not a lot of food. But anyway, so that's what's going on, guys. A little bit of a shift there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into my spreadsheet and we're going to go over my experiments. I did miss a couple of days. I apologize for that. But let's see. I can't tell if you can see my screen. I hope you can see my screen. There we go. Okay. So I missed a couple of days here and told myself I wouldn't do that, but been busy and do this. I've been busy and a little bit off of my schedule, doing family stuff and trying to stay on top of everything. So I'm going to do the best I can at remembering for the past 3 days, but I'm not going to fill anything out that is incorrect. So if I'm not 100% sure, I'm just not going to fill it out. Now you can see here, you see this pattern here, right? It all started with the chorizo. I ate too much food. I ate the chorizo on Thursday. I had an extra steak on Saturday or Friday. I had eggs. In addition to my regular 350 grams, I had 2 eggs on Saturday and I had 2 eggs on Sunday. So I'm eating, this is where I've kind of felt like I need to start replenishing my body. So I've been doing a little bit over and my numbers have been reflective of that. So just to jump down, you can see my numbers have been in the 80s since those times. But you can see before that, really long stretch of in the 60s and 70s. So in the 80s, kind of consistently after, overeating on the PKD. So the PKD doctors definitely know what they're doing in terms of hitting their goals and targets for the quantity of food. So that's for sure. And then for sleep, we had Sunday night, we had kids invaded our bed. So very bad, very poor sleep on Sunday, but got the hours in. And you can see my energy for Sunday was about like this. So I put 3 because I was basically slept in till like 7 o'clock or something, 7:30. So I slept in a lot. And then had decent energy throughout the day. We did do a 2-mile walk, which kind of drained my energy. So I was a little low key in the evening. But yeah, that's about it for that. So sleep, we updated our sleep. So you see I had a kind of spotty on going to bed before 9 over the October. Been pretty good about my red glasses and spotty again on waking up. I broke my streak of stretching on Saturday night, which is interesting. I was just really tired, so I just went to bed. Hydration. Now, what's interesting yesterday with hydration is I was doing bone broth. I also did some bone broth yesterday and Saturday. And that might be contributing to my numbers as well. And I did get, I did feel like I needed less water. I wasn't craving that as much. So I kind of forced my water down in the evening, but I did get it all done. We did go do that nice long walk and get some good sun exposure yesterday. And there has not been, we've had clouds every morning, so I have not got my sunrise in. So yesterday I did get my meditation in, Wait, yesterday is this day. Did not journal. I have not done my Wim Hof, but I did do some breathing exercises. I have not done any caffeine. Myself had a 0 stress for yesterday. Nice and chilling yesterday. I don't think I did the evening silver. No illness, no deep fatigue. There's no insulin taken. Did have about a 1 on our foot. A little bit of the foot irritation. It's not bad at all. And I did do interestingly, so yesterday was the first day that I introduced the celery juice. Okay, I haven't had it today yet. But the celery juice yesterday, I did notice a difference in my BN. It had more. It was easier to kind of push out, if you will. On PKD, it kind of felt like it took a lot more effort to kind of get things moving. Even with the celery juice, again, just the juice. So there's not a lot of hard fiber pushing stuff through. It just felt more like a normal effort in terms of getting movement wise and getting stuff out. So that was something that was noticeable that I thought was interesting, a different wrinkle, and reintroducing just the plants. So I thought that was neat. Something to speak of for that. And also for our Beamer, we are now doing 10s. Our intensity is now 10. Not 19, it's a 10 out of 10. And we're doing our band on our lower back, but we also have a second band. We've done a second band now. Oh my gosh. Second band. And I've been doing that on my stomach area. So I did that on Sunday and today, this morning. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to change things. It's going to be a little bit more of an area that's going to be covering, because it's a band that goes all the way around my waist in the front now, instead of a circle that's probably about the size of a big softball. That would be on the center of my stomach. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, that's it. And you know, guys, we are coming up to the end of October here pretty quickly. So what I'll do is I'll probably do an experiment review at the end of October to go over what happened and what adjustments we need to make, identify any trends, et cetera, et cetera. And that's it for the daily log. Today was, again, Monday, October 26th, 2020. I'm on a journey to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, so it is repeatable, accessible, and affordable by everybody, and we can really make this no longer a life sentence for people with it. So with that, more heads are better than one. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them, and I will be sure to check them once a week and get back to you. If you have ideas or suggestions, definitely throw those in there as well. And essentially, you can see I run a bunch of experiments on myself to try to figure this stuff out. I try to track the data as diligently as I can. so that we have data to go back on to help us as we have multiple variables going down in our experiments at the same time. So hopefully we can be able to track these well and find the identifying thread that is that cure. Okay. An alarm. I gotta get going. So if you don't want to miss out on any steps of this journey, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you always get notified. And that way you can see all of these videos. I'm going to do other types of videos eventually. I've been super busy, but I want to do deeper dives on each of my experiments to really document what they are and how they work. And also some of the scientific research that goes behind it. Some of the very few people that have reverse type 1 diabetes and want to interview them and do an in-depth analysis of that. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, I do urge you to subscribe and hit that bell icon. And with that, we're going to sign off. All right. Have a good day.